Good afternoon, Liberty High School, and welcome back to KLHS. Today is Thursday, December 21st, 2023.
In today's show, we'll see 3 different stories about some Blue Jays who were currently or previously contributed something important to Liberty High School.
Taking a look at a cross-country runner who made a huge comeback and is set to run competitively in college.
Then a former basketball manager who left big shoes to fill, leaving him to be named our new mascot.
And finally, a student who was struggling with an eating disorder who sought help and shared her story. Make sure you sit back and relax. I'm Cadence Breyer.
I'm Grace Halter.
And I'm Brooks Babcock.
And this is KLHS.
Live from Liberty High School, you're watching the KLHS Daily Broadcast, your nationally recognized and all Missouri State winners. This is KLHS.
Many athletes dream of going D1, however, don't put in the work ethic.
Senior Peyton Wilbanks suffered a stress fracture his sophomore year and was worried what the comeback would look like.
Reporters Megan Gifford, Brooks Babcock, and Lauren Ponchich share his story.
Peyton Wilbanks, a current senior here at Liberty High School, started his running career during middle school to stay in shape for other sports. Little did he know that would lead to a long and successful career in track and cross country. Although Peyton faced a few challenges along the way, his grit and attitude for excellence carried him through. From his extra work aqua jogging in the pool during his injury, and he is continuing to push the pace of excellence. This mini documentary showcases just a part of his journey, but it's a part that you won't want to miss. This is Peyton Wilbanks.
Running means a lot. It really shows the work you put in, because however much work you put in is what the results you're going to see.
His commitment to the process and just the day-to-day grind of distance running and his desire to be great. You could tell early on that he was just competitive and wanted to be really good. He was willing to put in the work that required.
I started in 7th grade cross country. I really just started to actually stay in shape for other sports, sports I would have considered my main sports, but then it progressed from there. So my sophomore year, I got a stress fracture after the first meet. And so with stress fractures, you have to take 2 to 3 months off. So that pretty much put me out for the whole season.
Yeah, coming back from his injury, we saw Peyton work harder than I think anyone ever has coming off an injury in my 10 years that I've been here. He was in the pool, he was doing cross training, doing everything that he had to do. I've never seen someone work as hard as he did to get back into shape.
It helped me realize why I liked it and made me more motivated to improve in the future.
I heard a quote the other day that said, "It's not what you're capable of, it's what you're willing to do." I think he's both highly capable and talented, but he's also willing to work really, really hard. So you pair those two things together and you get Peyton Wilbanks.
Whenever I got a stress fracture, it was a setback, but it was also kind of a blessing in disguise in a way. I was still able to be cleared by districts.
Yeah, he's a competitor, he's competitive, he's highly committed.
I do want to try to inspire the current freshmen, sophomore, to try to improve and do great things. Our head coach now quotes from old Coach Nixon. He always says, "Winning isn't everything, but trying to is." I think that's important to remember. The important thing isn't whether or not you win or lose, it's whether you put in the work and you're giving it your all to try to win for individual and to help your team win.
Peyton Wilbanks has shown perseverance and success through his high school running career.
Liberty has made many traditions, one famously known as homecoming. This past homecoming, LHS introduced a new mascot and named him Jack.
However, something you may not have known is that he was named after a former Liberty student.
Jack Smith was a legendary sports manager here at LHS.
In memoriam, reporters Dominic Akili, Maddie Barnes, Andrew Howerland, and Mia Linderman have an inside look.
This year, the new mascot for Liberty was named Jack. The name was chosen in honor of Liberty High School legend Jack Smith. Jack is a former Liberty High School graduate who brought joy and spirit to our community. He was always passionate about Liberty sports and loved to help out with the football and basketball programs. Jack supported the Blue Jays for nearly 50 years as his high school spirit impacted many. Jack's passion for Liberty sports created the wonderful school spirit we see today during sporting events. Let's take a dive into Jack's story.
Pepperdine University School of Law, located in Malibu, California. Welcome back the nicely tanned number 20, Ryan McCullough.
I see this guy, he's wearing a leather jacket. He has he's colored his hair blue. He has like a white stripe kind of down the middle. And I'm thinking to myself, like, who is this guy? I'm new to Liberty. I'd never been to a game in Liberty, knew nothing about the program and the history. And I'm watching him and I instantly could tell he was like, he owned the sideline.
Jack Smith was an icon at Liberty High School, specifically Liberty athletics, for many, many years. Over 45 years to be exact. So he was born in 1947 and graduated from here in the late 60s, 1960s. And while he was in high school, he was one of the managers. And so he just stuck around for another few decades to do his thing. And that was cheer on Liberty athletics, primarily football and basketball, but he loved all Blue Jay athletics.
His biggest thing was halftime games. You know, he would be in the halftime line and he'd shoot his own shots, and then he would kind of do his own thing and have some dances for the crowds. Before the game, he loved giving the high fives and the low fives, so he was part of that, part of all the introductions. He would have a few things like dance moves for the crowd if they kind of got him going. But he was excited about every game and excited about being on the sidelines and helping out as much as he could. You know, whether it be just with towels and waters and just being our cheerleader and wanting us to do well.
I can't tell the story of my acquaintance with Jack without talking about Jeff Billings. He and Jeff were a lot closer than Jack and I were. The Sapphires were dancing with a new mascot I hadn't seen before, and the announcer said, in honor of Jack, they had named him Jack Smith, and I wanted so badly to pick up the phone and call Jeff. I couldn't do it.
He was just a gem because, you know, everybody knew him. And when I say everybody, he wasn't just confined to the walls of Liberty High School.
He did not admit his handicap. He just went full speed ahead, whatever he wanted to do. And he took advantage of every opportunity to enjoy himself, to enjoy his life.
Thank you to Jack Smith and the Sapphires for naming the mascot after him to keep his name alive in our community.
His impact on our school is so important and will be remembered for years down the road.
Liberty High School has so much history with athletics as well as fine arts.
Senior drum major Nora Topol here at Liberty High School struggled with an eating disorder and made it her mission to share her story.
Reporters Angeline Stowers, Grace Halter, and Cadence Barr have more on the story right now.
Eating disorders can be a difficult and silent battle, but senior Nora Topol decided to break the silence by sharing her story. Nora developed an eating disorder with little to no knowledge what was happening. She decided to make a change for the better and fight against her eating disorder. Nora's friends and family supported her through the battle, and she's ready to tell her story.
we're gonna go back to, let's see, probably the summer of July and then through August. I was struggling. I was doing track a lot and kind of just a bunch of sports during like spring season. And I was struggling with eating because I felt like I was like slowing myself down by eating a bunch. So I kind of like stopped eating as much and started working out a bunch. And so I think track season kind of started my situation with not eating.
When she was still like in the midst of struggle, she like would become more irritable, and so that's how I knew like something was definitely wrong.
I went to my doctor and I was like, my heart rate is like really low. Can we like look at this? And so she started, we would go back a few times to her and she kept telling me that there was something wrong. And then she would tell me, I think the first time she told me that I might have an eating disorder, I like thought she was crazy. I thought there was no way. I was like, there's no way that this lady just told me I have an eating disorder. That's so disgusting. Like, I could have never imagined.
She wasn't her happy, cheery self like she normally was.
I went to the eating disorder clinic, I think it was in like the end of August. They told me that my body was like really fighting really hard to stay like alive. She told me that I needed to go to the hospital immediately and that I was gonna have to be on bed rest. Whenever I was in that hospital bed, it made me think that, do I really wanna get my life taken away, or do I wanna go spend time and work on myself and get better? That motivation that I had whenever I was lying there, I wanted out. I wanted to go fix my life, and I wanted to go do things, and I wanted my life back. I have so many people that love me and that didn't wanna see me go down that path. I would tell that person to go get help, because that's the only thing you can really do to get out of that situation. And a lot of people are struggling with the same thing. As much as you think that you're the only one and you're alone, you're not.
Thank you to all of our on-air reporters, as well as our behind-the-scenes production crew.
And thank you to Nora, Peyton, and Jack for letting us share your stories and honoring your legacies.
Make sure to tune in next year when we come back for your regular daily show.
And don't forget to follow all of our social media at KLHS_Js. Reporting for KLHS, this has been Grace Halter,
Caden Spryer,
and Brooks Babcock.
Have a Merry Christmas, Jays.